GPZ600 carbs. Now this video is about how to strip these carbs down. I've been asked to do a video on carb rebuilding, so I'm going to rebuild these ones. I'm going to show you a little bit more what I normally do, but this is also the second part of the trading up, because we had the XS400 carbs and we had the GPZ600 carbs. Now the thing is, the most important thing to be aware of when you're stripping carbs down is take loads of photographs or do a video and have a look where everything is. These bits here, look, the springs, the way these bolt on, look where everything goes. On the other side, where this goes, where that goes. Take photographs, make sure you know exactly what you're looking at. Now in this video, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take each carburetor apart. So I'm going to disassemble this bank of carbs. I mean, if you're cleaning your carbs, you don't have to do that, but I'm going to show you how to disassemble completely. Take each carburetor off the bank, and then when each carburetor is removed, rebuild just that carburetor on its own and keep everything from that carb in a little pot so that you don't get things mixed up. And then you can refer to your pictures or your video when you're rebuilding it, so you don't make a complete balls up. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this bar here, because that's one of the bars that bolts all carbs together. Remove this bar here and remove this choke arm, because that choke arm goes across all four carbs. So I'm going to remove that, remove those bars, and then that gives me an opportunity to separate the carbs apart. And I'll start with this one, and then I'll just gently take each carb apart, and then when I rebuild it, I'll start with this one and then rebuild each carb back onto the next one until you get a full bank, and then bolt them all together. So keep your eyes peeled. We're going to go into stripping down. There you go then, all four now separated. Notice exactly what's in what place, so that when you reassemble it goes together exactly as it is now. Now what you do now is you disassemble one carb and put all of the bits from that one carb into a pot which is just that carb, and then you should end up having 4 pots, 4 carbs, and then you can clean each one, look at what you need, any spares, etc., rebuild kits, the lot. So yeah, so now what we're going to do now, we're going to look at this one. I've already had to take the top off because the top started coming off, and look, the spring's bent. Might be able to do something with that, or might have to get another spring. So yeah, I had to do that as an emergency. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put these 3 carbs to one side, and I'm just going to work on this one. Contents of one carb. GPZ600. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to rebuild this carb, show you how I rebuild it, and basically it's replicated throughout the other 3, and then I'll show you how you make them back into a bank and synchronize them. So this starts with the main body is going to go into a cleaner. I'm going to just clean it with a toothbrush and a little bit of proper engine cleaner. Then it will go into an ultrasonic cleaner, and then I'll go through all the little bits and pieces to find out what I'm going to replace, what can be cleaned up, look at the condition of everything to make sure that it's a-okay, and then basically with them ready, once we get a kit, to rebuild. But first, cleaning. Here's where I'll do it. I'll just get a thing full of cleaner, immerse the product in it. Sometimes I leave it immersed for 2 or 3 days, and then with a toothbrush just do the arduous but highly satisfying task of cleaning every single little nook and cranny with a toothbrush. There's clean, the basic clean. It's not very in depth, because now that I've got the ultrasonic I don't spend so much time cleaning as what I used to. The ultrasonic has made me a little bit lazy. I'm going to try a new thing with the ultrasonic in this particular instance. I'm going to get a bag, I'm going to put this in the bag, and in the bag I'm going to put engine cleaner. Seal it up, put it in the ultrasonic cleaner so it's in its own bag. Let's see if that makes any difference to the end result. Everything else. Ultrasonic cleaner. Right, what I've done, I'm going to have a little play. I'm putting these in a bag, and then I'm going to put in the bag some engine cleaner. No, I'm not. Got a bloody hole in it. It's got a bloody hole in it, would you believe it? Would you believe it? But I am, what they say in the trade, a complete fucking dick. During the check-in, the needle on the left, all the needles in the other three carburetors are that shape. Look at the one on the right, that was in the end carb. Well, maybe the end carb has a different needle. So I checked the end carb of the other end. No, it's the one on the left. The one on the left is a 271, the one on the right is a 520. So basically, it's had a wrong needle in. So straight away, I'm going to need a needle and a spring. See, so it shows you how being really fastidious about looking can make a difference. This is a big mistake. Checking the tops. That's the top for one of the other carbs. That's the top from the outer carb. If you look, that bit's broken. But look, there's a fracture there. So that could allow air to seep in above the diaphragm, which could then make the diaphragm act, or that piston act improperly, and give you all sorts of grief with carburation. So you have to look at every single part intimately. That means that there, that's scrap. That top, scrap. So now I want a top, a needle, and a spring from that first carb. Ultrasonic clean in engine cleaner. Just come out the ultrasonic cleaner. Hasn't been in yet. Look at that. These aren't dirty carbs, but look at that, look at that, that is like brand new. Look how clean that, look, that is super clean. That's nice and clean, that's nice and clean, but that is super clean. Ultrasonic cleaner in engine cleaner. Yeah, very ultrasonic. Not yet done. These are not dirty carbs, but the difference is awesome. Ultrasonic cleaner with engine cleaner. So there you go then, an entire afternoon of ultrasonic cleaning. In-depth cleaning of every single little bit, like you saw me do with carburetor number 1. Every single one of them now has been done. Every single part has been looked at, and I'm very happy with the way the ultrasonic cleaner has worked. It's worked a lot better this time than what it did the last time. I think it's because I used engine cleaner. I used engine cleaner in there instead of the ultrasonic cleaning fluid that I bought. I paid a lot of money for that ultrasonic cleaning fluid, and it's crap basically. Because the engine cleaner really does pay dividends. Look how clean everything is. It's bloody brilliant. So these carbs, I've now got a list of bits that I need, most of which will come with the kit, but there's a couple of bits which I'll have to order separately. And all of the bits that I need, effectively, are on the first carb. The needle's wrong needle, the spring is bent, the top has got a dent in it and has probably been leaking. So that carburetor, number one, has probably been giving unbelievable grief to whoever last used these carbs. That carburetor there, the float gasket, well, basically you saw the gasket, it was not in the groove, it was leaking. That carburetor must have been pissing fuel. And I've noticed as well, this might have been where it's been sitting, that all three of the four pilot jets are blocked. The only pilot jet that wasn't blocked, bizarrely enough, the carburetor where all the other stuff is crap. That pilot jet's perfect. The other three pilot jets are blocked, and I'll probably be getting those in the kit anyway, so I should probably replace them anyway, so not really too worried about that. So yeah, so that's the cleaning situation done. Now the next thing is to get the kit, get the other bits and pieces that I need for carb 1, and then rebuild each carb. I'll show you how I'm going to rebuild the carbs. I'll rebuild one, and then obviously that's duplicated with all of them, and then I'll show you a video of joining them together and ultimately carrying out a synchronization at the end. So yeah, see you next time when I've got the kit and the spare parts for number 1. Right, yeah, so that's the GPZ carbs, stripped down, cleaned, looking really nice, and we now move into the next stage, which is waiting for the bits. Of course, whilst you wait for the bits, you'd already get on with something else. So that'll finish this video, and then the next video will come out when the bits come together. We put them all back together, balance them, and another cracking set of carbs ready to go. Take care, see you soon, bye.